All right. Welcome in, everybody. We are starting up a new show, Rising Rhino and DrDelay. We are starting pre-snap read, where we set things in motion to start your day. What's up, Dr. Delay?
How's it going? Good morning, everyone. I'm tired as everyone, I'm sure. How are you doing, Rhino?
Tired, sick, fighting through as we have another day of work today, Thursday and Friday. We'll be good. We'll be fine. You're gonna have to carry me, Delay. You're gonna have to carry me
Yeah, there's
through
no
this show.
carrying. I'll try to carry as like Tomlin has carried the Steelers over the past 8 years, 0
Huh?
playoff wins. That's as much carrying as I can do for you. So I'm very sorry.
Carrying us to mediocrity, but
Yes, that
hopefully
is what
we
we do.
go up and beyond that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting today. We're starting the new show. We have a whole bunch of segments on Monday and Thursday mornings, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We got a whole bunch of little segments in our description. Going to be slightly different. We're going to test things out, see which ones work, which ones we like the best, and
Yeah.
have fun with it as well.
No, I'm excited for it. Yeah, definitely ready. I didn't really, I'm as unprepared as anyone can be, but oh yeah, I'm
Well,
very prepared and ready to go.
yeah, we're always ready, always prepared, ready. It's just we're locked in. We're locked in. So I'll just run through the segments real quick for the show, how it's going to go pretty much on Thursday mornings, and we'll see what happens. We're going to start off with like a hot take, bold predictions for both of us. That's the first one, and bounce things around with that. Locked in and lock it in, which is our safest bets, safest picks, and teams that are going to definitely win this weekend. We'll talk about that. Fumbles and crumbles, which are players and teams that maybe everybody likes, maybe everybody are high on, that we think they're just going to underperform, whether it's through travel overseas to players being injuries, whatnot. And then segment 4, looking ahead to see what we want to enjoy, what we are looking for this weekend, game wise, player wise. I know Delay's not much into fantasy, but we will get him there. We're going to get him on the fantasy side. And then we're going to do a reflection of the football week for the last and final segment and get us ready going into football weekend. So that is a quick little recap or preview rather of, because that's what we're gonna do, previews on Monday. And no, I'm sorry. See, I'm sick. We can't do this.
It's
All right.
okay. It's okay.
Monday we got the recap, and Thursday we're starting up with like more of a preview show. Anything you want to add, Dylan?
Other than the fact that I actually am very much into fantasy, I just, don't care to talk about it. My history of fantasy, I'm usually a playoff minimum. Minimum, I make the playoffs every single time. So if I were in your league or anyone else's league that's just tuning in, I'm a playoff guy,
So
and I would
you
just be
you're
taking up a
you're
spot on
you're
one of your, in your league.
you don't kiss and tell then? Is that what the deal is? You keep all the
Well,
secrets?
I just don't, like, oh, hey, who are you going to pick up? Like, I don't really like talk about the waiver. I don't really care to talk about the waiver wire, I
You
guess.
bite your
It's not
tongue. You
something
bite
that's,
your tongue right now,
the,
Delay.
the matchups. Oh, I need to play this guy against the Colts defense. Like, well, it's not something I, you know, need to
Well
talk
then,
about.
well
I feel
then,
like
then
that's
you
just,
you don't have to tune into my show on Friday morning. That I'm starting up with a cup of comics. We're gonna talk fantasy
yeah,
on
I saw that.
Friday,
Yeah.
so we push that to Friday instead, since
hmm
we'll,
Since
we'll
I'm
we'll stick
just
to
a
what
negative
works
Nelly.
best for both of
Yeah.
us.
Okay. Well, hey, I'll definitely do it.
All right. So we're gonna put you on the spot. See how prepared or unprepared you are with your
Yeah.
Steelers hoodie on. I'm gonna be repping the Colts, and I'm pretty sure Delay is gonna be repping the Steelers every Monday, Thursday, or something along those lines. Or maybe I'll throw in a crazy jersey to mix things up and catch people off guard, because some little highlight for the week. Well, we'll start with a hot take, bold prediction, putting Delay on the spot. You guys can put your bold predictions in the chat. Let us know. And Delay is going to start us off with his hot take of the week, which it could be a team that's going to win. It could be player that you think is just going to suck, or new transaction that happened that's not going to do anything. So,
Well, I was looking at like my picks for the week, and I'm not saying I'm picking the favorite in every game because I'm not, but nothing. There's really not many. There aren't really many teams that I have on the like upset watch. But I will just say, as a season prediction, I'm gonna go ahead and I know it's not really a shocker, but I think this is the year. I think this is the year the
not
Steelers
for the
once
Steelers.
again.
Nope, not for the
The
Steelers.
Steelers once again win a playoff game. We return not quite to our peak. We're not going to go back to, the Super Bowl days. Not yet. But that's coming. I believe this is the year.
How are they going to win a playoff game when they don't make the playoffs?
How are we going to make that's hilarious. That is, Rhino.
I'm hilarious in the morning.
Just think about the Steelers. We haven't won a playoff game. That is very true. But we've made the playoffs. In 2017, obviously we did lose to the Blake Bortles, but we made the playoffs. 2020, again, that disastrous fluke year, which in reality, that was injuries. That was just blown up by social media and the memes that people bought into the fluke, the greatest frauds or whatever, the 2020 year. But made the playoffs. 2022 made the playoffs. 2022 they did not. 2021 they made it. 2023 they made it. 2024 they've made the playoffs, and I believe that's going to happen again. And I think this is the year. I believe Rodgers, again, big deal made about him in New York, and again, that's who's going to win in New York. The Jets are just the Jets. I think Rodgers is going to be good enough to lead this team to the playoffs and win
41?
a playoff game.
42?
At 41, it's been done before, maybe. Brady's done it. I know Brady's done it.
He's an outlier.
And
Rodgers
I understand Brady
too.
is an outlier, but Rodgers, again, one of the greatest. He is the greatest passer
four-time
of the
MVP.
football. Greatest passer of the football. People would say Dan Marino. He's, again, right there with him as far as the greatest passers of the football. I'm booking it. Book it right now. Just go ahead and put the money down. Pittsburgh is going to win.
Do not put that money down. So Aaron Rodgers, who beat your Steelers in the Super Bowl, so you're a fan of him? Do you hold a grudge?
Not really. I think that's more of just. It was just a great game by him. It's just the typical Steelers defense that folds in big games. It's really, I make fun of Tomlin for it a lot, but really that goes back to even the Cowher era of the Steelers, just the great defense, in the regular season. Then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we're allowing 30 plus in the playoffs. Ooh. So it really wasn't as great as, that the reputation has it.
I always like Tomlin. I think he's a great coach for many, many years, especially after Cowher. Like, Steelers have been blessed with great coaches. But there's one play that just bothered me. I don't know if you remember it, but it just came to my mind now. Like, there was some team returning a punt or a kick down the sideline to try to return it for a touchdown, and he's standing off on the field by the out of bounds to get in his way, and he said he didn't know. He's facing the wrong way, and that just wasn't cool. That there's no way that he didn't know what he was doing and where he was.
That was a great play by Mike Tomlin. I don't know what you're talking about. That's actually an awesome moment. I love it so much. Bill Cowher actually had something similar, though. I think the Jaguars had just blocked like a kick or something. This was in the late 90s, early 2000s. And the Jaguars guy was returning it. Game was pretty much over. Cowher was about to go on the field and punch the guy, but then he, of course, held himself back. But no, I don't know. I actually don't. I like that. I personally like that a lot. And yeah, that was against the Ravens at Thanksgiving Day, 2012 or 2013. It's one of those 8-8 years.
Gotcha. So your hot take is the Steelers gonna make the playoffs. Not only make the playoffs, but win a playoff game.
Yes, for the first time since 2016.
Jeez
Book
Louise. All right. My hot take today, I don't know how hot it is, but I'm not thinking that Micah Parsons does too much for the Packers this year, whether it's injuries or not. Uh, the Cowboys never really had a great defense with him. I mean, Micah Parsons is a great player, highest paid non-quarterback player in the league. He's amazing. Everybody wishes they had him, but I don't see. I think the best that the Cowboys were 16th with him on defense. So will he help out the Packers a little bit? I don't think enough to win the division. I don't think they're going to win tonight at home. Not tonight. Sunday at home. So I'm leaning towards the Lions in week 1 on the road with a banged up Micah Parsons. He might get shot up for the game to get through. But I think the Lions are a couple steps ahead of the Packers still and win that division by a couple games.
Well, I mean, I actually agree. I mean, the meme, I mean, everyone's making fun of Jerry on social media. And my only issue with the trade at first, obviously, I'm like everyone else, like, what the heck? But I feel like the issue really was the timing. I mean, you got 2 firsts for a guy that probably wasn't going to play for you. And if he did, I mean, like you said, it wouldn't have really mattered. The defense of the Cowboys is going to be atrocious with him or without him. So whether he gets 16 sacks or not, the Cowboys defense was going to be pretty bad. So you got 2 firsts for a guy that was just on the fence. And then you get Kenny Clark, which, is an older defensive tackle. But honestly, again, the Cowboys run defense pretty terrible. So he should at least make it somewhat respectful. I'm not going to say it's really good. I mean, Saquon tonight will probably run all over him. But no, honestly, the trade wasn't as bad as what social media had it out to be. And I disagree on the Packers-Lions thing. I mean, if you saw my NFL content, I don't know if you did, but I have the Packers very high this year. And of course, I think that trade just helps them out, or at least my case for them going forward. But we'll get into more of the picks later.
I have the Packers 12th on my power rankings, the Lions 3, and it's not that close according to my numbers and data. So like they're a significant difference between number 3 and number 12 on my power rankings. Like the top 5 teams are just steps, leaps and bounds ahead of the other teams, in my opinion. But we'll get back to that in a little while. So we'll head to Locked In and lock it in. The safest bets, the safest picks, the safest teams that are going to win this weekend. I'll start this one off. I think the Broncos at home are just going to dismantle the Titans. I think that's the safest bet when I was looking through all the matchups. Why? The Broncos have a top 3 defense. You can put them wherever you want, 1, 2, or 3. And you got Cam Ward. So great defenses, smothered rookies, especially in week 1. Oh, my God. It should be a bloodbath. It should be a beatdown. Cam Ward's going to make tons of mistakes. He's probably going to get better throughout the year like Bo Nix did, because Bo Nix struggled at the beginning of the year as well. And the Seahawks defense stymied him, all that. So I see that and more happening against this Bronco defense on Sunday. I'll be covering that game. And yeah, I think it's gonna be bad. I think it's gonna be probably like a 3-score game, if not more. I mean, Cam Ward's gonna play better than Will Levis, but that's not saying much. Mr. Mayonnaise in his coffee, but he's out for the year, so it's gonna be rough. But I'm gonna like to see the growth of Cam Ward, but I'm taking the Broncos by a mile this Sunday.
Okay, I mean that's solid. I actually. Not saying that we're going to be covering spreads or anything, but I actually picked Tennessee to cover at 6.5. I am kind of high on the Broncos, and there's a lot of reasons to be. With Sean Payton, Bo Nix had a promising, a solid rookie year that no one really talked about. I don't know. We'll see on how that goes. I just need to see more from Bo Nix and the Broncos. My lock, and I think it's kind of cheating. I just really think the Eagles are going to blow out the Cowboys. And I know that's a shocker, but that's my lock. I mean, that's I think someone, or that's just a game you can book. I mean, I just don't see
how many points.
It should be a 2-touchdown game. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's 14, 17 points. I don't really see a world. Now, of course, there's the conspiracy that, it's all rigged. And whether you believe it or not, yeah, I can see them trying to keep it close for the ratings. It's whatever. But no, I think it's going to be, 2 scores. I just don't see it where, the worst case scenario, Eagles win by 10. I just can't see a world where the Cowboys tomorrow are 1-0 and the Eagles are 0-1 in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
The emotion's going to be high. The raising of the banner and stuff like that. And of course, we all know about pad stat Scott. Just he might make himself look good for fantasy purposes, but that was because they're 3 scores down and the Eagles are playing prevent defense. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think it's probably cheating, but I mean that's my lock. I mean, I
No,
just
it's a good
can't
one. It's
I
a good one.
can't see a world where the Eagles are 0-1.
I have the Cowboys, the 28th ranked team on my power rankings, and I got Eagles number 1. It's pretty crazy, and the Eagles are home. They're the defending champions. Uh, Eagles have like the most complete team from everything from offensive line to defensive line to secondary to running back to wide receivers, even quarterback. Like it's just wild how amazing that team really is on paper and in the game because they just won the Super Bowl. But the Cowboys, their defense is going to be a little bit weaker, and it wasn't that great last year without Parsons. And their offense, though, I like the offense, and they should be able to throw the ball, even though Dak Prescott will be Dak Prescott. But I don't know. They got to be one of the worst running attacks. Like, who the freak is going to run the ball for the Cowboys?
I mean, didn't they draft that guy from Texas, Blue? Blue, I think, I mean, he's really solid. But yeah, I just, again, they haven't really had that running attack since, that great wall O-line pretty much got older, and they all
Ezekiel Elliott
left. Elliott, yeah, I mean they've struggled. I don't even know they have. Well, they got Javonte Williams, he was the running back from Denver, but I mean, even if they could run the ball, I just don't see it mattering because again, the Eagles, like you said, the Eagles top to bottom. I mean the offensive line, defensive line, like every part of the Eagles. I don't know if there's a weak spot on the Eagles, so they are very solid and definitely a serious once again a contender. To go back to back.
I have the Cowboys the worst running attack, even though that's less important in today's game. But it's going to be pretty brutal. It should just be a shellacking, and I just want to know how many times they're going to go and look over at Jerry. They're going to find him somewhere out there, and going to be like, look at this guy. How many times are you going to bring up Parsons during that game? The announcers or whatever.
During the broadcast tonight, he likes the attention, but
he's gonna be wearing those glasses like that old Mets coach that got kicked out of the game, came back with like glasses and a mustache on, and pretended like he was somebody else. That's gonna be Jerry.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be it should be a disaster. I mean, that's what everyone's going to say. You watch your media or other YouTubers that'll be saying it's most likely that to me is the lock of the week. I just
can't. So you got it. So Eagles crush and Broncos crush it this weekend. All right. So now we're gonna go through before we get to fumbles and crumbles. We'll go to like the matchup, who we're leaning towards, and then we'll keep on cruising. So Cowboys Eagles. We don't need to cover that because we basically covered that. Yeah. I know people don't like the Eagles, but I mean, who likes Cowboys anyway? America's team. So we covered that. We're gonna hop to the Chiefs and the Chargers. That one's on Friday night. That's out there in Los Angeles, but that is going to be a good one.
It's actually in Brazil.
Divisional game. Oh, it's in Brazil.
So it's the Brazil game this year.
Oh, it is. But it's a home game for the Chargers, Brazil. That's why it's on Friday night. That's why I'm covering the CFL. I won't watch that game. I'll be paying attention to the score, so you get to recap me on that delay. But Brazil game. Yeah, I'm so used to overseas being like super early on Sunday morning for me, 7:30. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, so Chiefs, Chargers, and I think it's going to be close. It's going to come down to some quarterback magic at the end, and if Patty Mahomes has that magic, I'm going to hope he doesn't. But he always wins those one-score games. But it has to end sooner or later, doesn't it? So
I think it should. Sorry, go ahead.
It doesn't work. Herbert and Harbaugh find a way to win that one, but man, flip a coin at the end there with the last drive at the end. What do you think?
I'm thinking the exact same thing. I mean, it's going to be a field goal contest.
Disagree with me? No.
Well, I'm sure we will soon.
We will.
It's going to be Kansas City. By a field goal. Though I think this could be the year where the Chiefs might see a little bit of a dip. Most people, I believe, feel that way. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. And I won't be able to watch that game. I'll actually be covering the local high school team here. I do the play-by-play for the local high school here.
So I'm
So I'll
doing
be
CFL. You're doing high school, and nobody wants
yeah.
to watch
No one's
Patty
going to be watching it.
Mahomes.
It's going to be on YouTube actually for free. So if anyone's here wondering
Oh.
where they can watch the game, hey, on YouTube. But yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm sure we will disagree
We're
soon. But
gonna
yeah, by field
disagree.
goal, it's
We're
going to
gonna
be.
disagree right now, because I know your take on the Colts, and we got Dolphins Colts. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know why you would pick the Colts in this one. I think this is going to be an
I didn't
obvious.
say anything yet.
Oh,
I didn't say anything.
it's going to be an obvious Dolphins win. I mean, the Colts to me are one of the worst teams in the league, and we've been 8-9 or 9-8. Okay, well, pat yourself on the back for mediocrity. But at least our mid gets us to the playoffs. At least our mid gets us to the playoffs. The Colts find themselves always out of the playoff picture. They've been pretty much nothing since Luck has left. And who could blame the guy when you don't want to protect your franchise quarterback? I would see myself out too, even with all the millions of dollars on the table. But but yeah, I'm going to go Dolphins. I don't know what the line is really. It was like a half or 1.5. Doesn't really matter. I think it's going to be like a touchdown game. So yeah, the Colts are starting off the year 0-1. And despite I know the Dolphins they've been in the news in the offseason with all like McDaniel's not really a leader or whatnot. Tyreek Hill's doing Tyreek Hill things, but no, I'm going to buy the Dolphins for week 1. It's against the Colts. So
yeah. Well, to me, the Colts have a pretty good roster. They just don't have a quarterback, which is kind of huge in this game. So that's a big thing, but their roster is always pretty good. It's just they haven't been able to do anything since, Luck. But they're home against the Dolphins. A-Chain's banged up. He's questionable. They're saying he's going to play. I like the changes of the Colts. New defensive coordinator, ship Bradley out of here. That guy made me so mad. I'm glad he's gone. We got Daniel Jones starting over Anthony Richardson. He can do the little things, hoping he can do that. But in all honesty, Tua, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks a few years ago, but he's been going down and down and down. Do the Dolphins have amazing wide receivers? Yes, but Tua, I don't think he's that much higher ranked from the bottom than Daniel Jones. It's pretty crazy. So yes, Tua's better than Daniel Jones. Obviously, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's not. But we're talking about. Maybe, I don't know the exact one, but I know Jones is probably around the 30th quarterback. Tua might be around 26 or something like that. So it's pretty crazy.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's got the help of the wide receivers.
But I mean, I guess, but you look at, not again, whatever. Everyone has the right to their own opinion. Your opinion's just wrong because again, the Dolphins just, consistently with Tua, they look like an elite offense every single time. Once Tua is injured, he's out of the, he's done. They put in Huntley or Skylar Thompson, whatever. That offense, even with those weapons, it becomes the worst in the league. So I disagree. Tua to me isn't elite or anything, but he definitely elevates the team to where I think he's at least a middle of the line too.
So
could
average.
Be top 10.
So you're saying average or above average quarterback?
It's such a difference. Yeah, I'll try to pull up. That's what I'll do next time Monday. I will pull up the stats with and without Tua. I'll get back to you on that. I'll show you. Now we'll try
and we'll discuss this when the Colts win and how my opinion was so wrong.
Right, yeah, we took the field. That's a win in our book.
Yep. Winning on the field. We get a trophy for participation. All right, Steelers, Jets. Go ahead.
Well, it's going to be... honestly, this is the scariest game for me of the year, and I'll tell you why. It's not because of it's not the Jets. It's not the Jets. It's because of MetLife. It's where, obviously Aaron had his Achilles a few years ago, and it's going to be at the Jets. So if Aaron's able to get out of the game with no injuries, we're good for the rest of the year. But no, I believe as far as the teams are concerned, as far as Justin, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Justin Fields, I don't know why people like him, but they love to give him the benefit of the doubt and the excuses every single week, year, whatever. He's a young quarterback after all. It's only year 6 or something for him. He'll eventually figure it out. But yeah, Steelers all over the Jets. Well, I shouldn't say all over. It'll probably be a close game because that's what the Steelers do. So it'll probably still be a 1-score game. But the Steelers, it's a win. You can book that one.
Still a win on
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, all right. I don't like this game. There's gonna probably be like 7 people watching, and it's Joe Namath and his family, I guess. Uh,
Jeez.
but yeah, I don't like this one. It doesn't interest me. It kind of bores me a little bit. And Fields, I got him on a bunch of my fantasy teams, but that doesn't matter because it's
Well,
mostly for the rushing stuff. He's not a good game
decent.
player, so he can get you the fantasy points, probably a bunch of garbage time rushing yards at the end, but he's going to be terrible throwing the ball into the ground, especially against the Steelers defense. He's going to be running for his life. But I don't like this game. I don't believe in Fields. I don't believe in Rodgers. I don't think either of these teams make the playoffs. Are you covering this game? Are you covering this game?
Of course, every Steelers game.
Yes.
That's what I'll be doing. So I think it's going to be it's a
Man.
great game for storylines. Again, Fields against his old team, Rodgers against his old team. Of course, the media, everyone hates Rodgers. Very controversial.
I don't know
I think
why.
I think it's going to be. Yeah, I don't know either. He's just a quiet, innocent young man.
He's totally rational and logical.
Well, I mean, definitely keeps to himself. I don't know.
In his man cave.
I don't know. I think it's going to be very exciting for all the storylines. I think there's plenty of storylines, so I guess we disagree on that as well. But
yeah, well,
I think it'll be pretty exciting.
We're going to be disagreeing nonstop.
Might not be the most exciting game, but it's going to be exciting for the storylines.
All right. Hopping to yeah. Who's going to win? I really, really don't know. I'm going to go with the Steelers just because they're going to be the better team throughout the year. But I don't like that game. Don't like it at all. Panthers, Jaguars, another one that's not going to be much fun with Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young. I mean, Bryce Young was looking better last year after his bench brought back, came through at the end of the season. And I think he's looking on up, and Trevor Lawrence, to me, is not producing. I'm going to say that the Panthers win a close one on the road. I don't like this one either. Too hard to tell. It's not much of a lock. But me not wanting the Jaguars to win either, I'm going to go Panthers start off the year with a win, which is kind of weird to say.
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying. The Panthers, the end of the year last year, very promising. And, Young looked like he was taking steps forward. The Jaguars, of course, they've been like a train wreck. Everything's looking down for them. So that's why I'm picking the Jaguars to start off with a win. Week 1, Jaguars, I think they turn it around. I think Trevor this year definitely figures it out. Their coach, the head coach, Liam Cohen, Duval, that guy, I think very solid offensive coordinator. Of course, they had a lot of talent in Tampa Bay, but no, I actually buy the Jaguars this year, and I think it's going to be a touchdown game in Jacksonville. Watch out for the Jaguars this year. I think they'll be all right. I think they're gonna
hating the Colts like the Jaguars. Well. All right, my data suggests that the Jaguars are slightly better than the Panthers, but I'm just feeling that the Panthers with Bryce Young is going to do more than Trevor. I don't know. Trevor just disappoints. He had so much hype, and I'm just waiting for him to live up to it. Bryce Young is a little bit younger, and hopefully he rises to the top. But on paper, the Jaguars should win. I'm going with feel on this one by a little bit. That's why I'm going Panthers. We're going to hop to Cardinals and Saints. Oh, man. Go ahead. Let's hear what you got to say.
Okay, so the Cardinals, to me, the Saints are the worst team in the league. And I think the Cardinals...
Granted. By far. By far, too.
Yeah, I think it could be a blowout, but the Cardinals are a team that I feel like... I don't know. I think I have them making the playoffs. I got to change. You can't just pick the same playoff teams over and over again. So what the heck are you talking about? Then you just got to switch it up. You have to. I mean, you can't pick the same 14 teams.
Patriots or the Colts or the Steelers for years.
For years. Yeah, you can pencil those guys in, but not all of them. So, no, the Cardinals, to me, are a potential surprise team. It's kind of like the Jaguars, just another team I had to put in there to switch things up. But, yeah, no, I think the Cardinals, I mean, it's not going to be really an exciting game, but I think the Cardinals are a team that could potentially do well this year, especially with Matthew Stafford having some shoulder or arm. I don't know what is going on with him as far as the injuries are concerned, but yeah, as far as this game, there's really nothing that's interesting. What about Stafford?
You said Stafford.
Yeah, what
Oh,
about Stafford? I'm saying, well, yeah, I'm just saying, like later down the year, he could.
oh, okay.
The Rams are having,
All right.
or he's having problems with the Ram or with his shoulder or something. But
Yeah. But I think he's supposed to play. I think he's supposed to play this
yeah,
week.
he is. But playing injured
How
is
old is he?
never
He's not Rogers old with the
37,
walking stick.
38. He's getting up there. But as far as this game, not really interesting to me. But I'm picking the Cardinals to just flat out win. I mean, another touchdown game. Maybe they could be a double digit. Really, I just don't know how bad. The Saints were bad last year, and they started off 2-0, blowing out everybody. So I don't know. I mean, they could do that again, but I think the Cardinals.
Yeah. Kyle Murray inconsistent, but the Cardinals team with their running attack and Marvin Harrison Jr. big fan because Colts. But Rattler, Shuck, whoever doesn't matter. The team is so bad for the Saints. It's Kamara versus the world. And I have him on all my fantasy teams, no big deal. He's going to get those garbage time checkdowns, fantasy-wise. We're just going to keep talking about fantasy just to make you mad. But, the Saints are going to be the worst team in the league. Who knows if they draft a new quarterback like the Cardinals did when they took Rosen because they got Shuck. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I don't even know if Rattler's going to stay quarterback. Shuck, they'll probably play a bunch of them all year long. Cardinals are the better team. They have a chance at a wild card, especially with the health of Stafford, like you were saying. But the Niners, I think, probably get the wild card. But for this game, yes, I agree with you. Cardinals win probably by a touchdown, if not more. So that is my take on that. Going to the Giants and the Commanders. Do we even need to discuss this? It's Commanders, right?
I actually went back and forth on this one a lot.
What? You went back and forth on this one? The Commanders versus the Giants?
I went back and forth, and I understand the Giants have been pretty much terrible for the last...
The Giants are 31st
I got it. I understand.
You don't have it. If you take the Giants, I'm going to lose my mind.
No, time out. I picked the Commanders. Okay. Despite, by the way, the Giants have had a lot of success against the Commanders in recent... in the last few years. I'll have to pull up the stats again next time.
But against Jaden Daniels and the Commanders,
I understand. I understand the team that went 10-7. The Commanders, Redskins team that every 5 years randomly does well. Then the following 4 years they go back to what they were. Yes, there is a lot of reasons why I would pick the Giants in this game. Again, a lot of recent success against this team. But I ended up going with the safe pick. So honestly, I'm kind of betraying myself. I failed myself today with this picking Washington, but it's going to be a lot closer than you think. I think the Giants are about a year away. I really do. They have a lot of young talent, defense looking really good.
A year away from what? We're not talking about playoffs.
Oh, yes. I think we are talking about the Giants returning to the elites where they should be. They've been, again, a disappointment in the last decade or so.
Russell Wilson a dart? You're saying this without even seeing Dart.
Russ, again, I don't think Russ was as bad as the media and everyone had him out to believe last year for the Steelers. Steelers just self-destructed. Russ was just part of that self-destruction. But no, I like Dart. I really think Dart is legit. So, yeah, no. As far as this game, though, Washington over the Giants. That is my final answer.
I'm with you on that. I got the Commanders ranked 13, the Giants 31st, a little bit better than the Saints. Russell Wilson, he puts up the numbers, but he is nowhere near his prime, way past his prime, just like Aaron Rodgers. But we'll see if they stay healthy. But I'm going to go week 9 saying that's when Jackson Dart sees the field. What do you think?
I really couldn't put a number of when he shows up. Again, Russ wasn't terrible. He really wasn't. The problem with Russ is that once he got hit, he really started just turtling and would just immediately look to take the sack rather than take a big hit and extending the play. So the Giants O-line has been very questionable. So that's really going to be the factor. If they're just continuing to be bad like they've been, the team will struggle and you'll see Dart a lot quicker. But if that O-line is protecting Russ, I mean, he could be playing into late November, December, with this team. Again, I think they're just a year away. So just watch it. Next year when we're doing this show, you're like, hey, we'll pull up a compilation. We're gonna talk about a compilation of me just pro Giants and look at that. They're going to be so good next year. We'll see it. We'll see it next year.
Giants fan. Interesting. 31-13, Commanders blow them out. On to the Bucks-Falcons. Buccaneers destroy the Falcons on the road. They're the way better team. When I did my power rankings, I have the Bucks ranked 11th, which is higher than I thought. Because I did my rankings, how I feel about the teams, and then I went to the data and put that together. And the Bucks, they're going to win that division. They're going to win today. Not today. Sunday on the road. Baker Mayfield moving on up. Once you leave the Browns, you become a better quarterback no matter where you go because the Browns are just the worst. Penix still young. Kirk Cousins doesn't like being on the bench. So I'm going Buccaneers. Probably close. Maybe, 6 to 8 points. But I'm a Baker believer. Pizza. Go ahead.
Well, actually, I'm picking Tampa Bay, but I do want to note that the Falcons actually, I believe they swept the Buccaneers last year. So, again, it's another game where it will be very close, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Falcons were to win this one. But no, I have Tampa Bay. I have Tampa Bay winning the division this year over Atlanta by one game. I think it's going to be pretty close for that division.
With the Falcons?
With the Falcons, yeah. The Falcons are going to be that second team. I mean, the Panthers, again, I still, a lot of promise at the end of the year, but And then, of course, the Saints are, the Aints. So, I got I got Tampa Bay winning this one. But again, it wouldn't really surprise me if the Falcons were to win this game. It's going to be a closer game than you think. Again, I believe Atlanta swept Tampa Bay. I got to get back with you on that one. But yeah, I think Tampa Bay wins a close one.
We need a guy to pop in and like they did on ESPN where they tell us the errors and things we said wrong, but we probably wouldn't need it much. Well, maybe for you with your
it'll just be a compilation of the guy in blue on this channel, yeah.
Bengals Browns. Yeah, Browns, they're at the bottom. I got them right 29. Bengals possible playoff team. Their defense is terrible. Going to Cleveland, but it's Flacco. He was terrible last year. It was nice to see him 2 years ago coming off the couch to leading the Browns to the playoffs, I believe. But that was 2 years ago, and at this age, not going to happen again. The team is just not well-rounded. Judy's the only guy. It's going to be Flacco to Judy. That's why I was big on Judy in fantasy. I don't know if you like fantasy or not, DeLay, but I'm going to be talking about fantasy and yeah, so Burrow destroys the Browns, not even close.
All right, so did you know Burrow, I believe, is 1-5 against the Browns? I might be incorrect.
Crazy.
But
that
Burrow,
is a real stat.
The Bengals struggle against the Browns. The Bengals struggle out the gate every single year.
But the Flacco Browns.
But I am picking the Bengals, though. If you are a sports bettor here, take the Browns money line. Take it right now because it very well could be a Browns starting off the season one. I'm not saying again the Browns are good. Not saying the Browns are good. Not saying Flacco is going to be good, though he was successful in the system just a few years ago. I mean, it's really hard to win with the Colts. I mean, I don't know who would win with the Colts in 2024, 2025, whatever. But no, I have
Manning, a decent quarterback.
I mean, not 2024, not in this decade, But no, I am picking the Bengals, though. Again, another game that just could be the other way because of the fact that the Browns consistently have owned the Bengals in the Joe Burrow era, and that the Bengals usually start off slow every single year. But again, I'm just going to pick the Bengals. I know it's a safe pick, but it's another game that
you tell me the trend, and then you say, nope, Bengals. That's what
because it's week one. I got to play it safe. I got to get a feeler for the teams. I do base a lot of my picks on history. I really do.
But you didn't do that.
History seems to repeat, more often than you would think. But again, I have a lot
going
of
against history.
Going against
you give me this opinion, and you say,
I'm just,
my opinion. You disagree with yourself.
Am I not allowed to give you the whole story? I feel like that's
with
part
yourself.
of my job as the Dr. DeLay, to give you the full coverage, full picture of both sides. But yes, I'm picking the Bengals, regardless of what I said.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Raiders, Patriots, Zoinks. I hate to pick the Patriots, so I'm not going to. I guess I have to. I guess the Raiders have no defense. It's terrible. I can't talk about the Patriots in a good light. The Raiders are just going to be not good. You take over. I can't. The Patriots win. I didn't say that. We're gonna delete
I
that.
mean,
Delete that from here.
there's really not much to talk about. I mean, the Patriots to me are going to win this game. I actually, again, they're to me like the Giants, another team that's on the rise. By the way, hello everyone that's tuning in. Thank you again for coming on in. It's really awesome. But no, I got the Patriots in this one. To me, the Raiders are again going to be one of the worst teams. I know you have a true Raider fan, I believe, that's usually tuned in. I'm very sorry, but this is not the Al Davis days of the Raiders, and they are still very much in the bottom of the league. The Patriots, again, a team on the rise. They had Drake May. Will he take that next step? I think he can. I don't know if he will, but I just have the fact that the Raiders going across country, and it's the Patriots again, a team I have maybe not necessarily middle of the pack, but just below that, whereas the Raiders are just a bottom feeder. I'm picking the Patriots to win outright.
Crazy thing
by another
that I'll
touchdown
just
or two.
add that we're both picking the Patriots. My eye test had the Raiders 27th, and when I did my rankings with the data, I got the Raiders up at 17 out of 32, which is crazy. I couldn't believe they did. That's one of my shocking things. When I crunched the data, I got the Raiders 17, which Patriots 19. So according to the data, it's the Raiders are the better team, but the Patriots are home, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why the Patriots are going to win. But I was shocked when I did this. I was like, there's no way the Raiders are 17th out of 32. I couldn't believe that. I still don't believe it. But these are the numbers that I ran and came up with. So I guess maybe I crunched the numbers wrong. I checked it a few times because I couldn't believe it. So
yeah, I don't know what. I mean, again, you might have included. I don't know. I mean, even with the Al Davis Raiders, I don't know. I don't know. The Raiders just aren't good. I don't. Maybe it's again Geno Smith. He should be an upgrade. Ashton Jennings could be a upgrade at running back, but no, I don't see a world where the Raiders are middle of the pack. I just can't. I'd like to. I think the NFL is better when the Oakland Raiders are better. Maybe not the Las Vegas Raiders, but no, I don't think that's happening this year. Not in the AFC with how the AFC is.
Yeah, Sean. We covered the the Steelers and the Jets. Close one. Delay thinks that the Steelers are Super Bowl bound. So,
but Sean, tell you what you can do. You can just whenever this ends, you can rewind, watch it from the beginning.
Watch it again. It'll be out there on YouTube forever. All right, Niners, Seahawks. Niners on the road win. I got Seahawks, one of the bottom teams. The Seahawks have ranked 30th. They're going to be brutal. Donald, I think that was not quite a fluke, but somewhat fluky last year. Niners is a better team, probably getting a wild card. Purdy, McCaffrey's healthy for now. They should dismantle the Seahawks on Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern Time.
Yeah, I have San Francisco. I actually have San Francisco kind of returning to form as they were a few years ago. I don't know why I'm having a lot of trouble off camera here. Whatever. Anyway, I have San Francisco returning to the elite of the NFC. I understand the NFC is not exactly, like the AFC, so that might not mean as much. But I have San Francisco winning the division and Seattle towards the bottom of the NFL. Not necessarily as low as you do. You said you had them at 30. I have them at 24. Wow. But yeah, they're about like the Colts, really, just another team that's just middle of the pack the last few years, and I think they just take.
But you got the Colts, I think, ranked 30th.
I do, but again, the AFC's a lot tougher. I just can't find as many wins on the schedule. The Seahawks, they have a little bit more wins on the schedule, in my opinion. But yeah, San Francisco over Seattle. I don't really have much interest in that game, to be honest with you. So. But yeah.
Gotcha. We covered the Titans Broncos, at least I did. So you know my take, Broncos by a mile. Anything you want to add on that before we move on?
What's that? I'm sorry.
It's okay. No one's listening anyway. You're not listening to me either. It's cool. It hurts my feelings. You probably thought I was going to talk about the Colts.
I was reading the comments.
You're a liar. You're a liar, and everybody in the chat knows it. All right. Broncos, Titans. We covered it before.
Yes.
If you want to go back and listen to the segment that we just had 20 seconds ago, then you can catch up to speed. But yeah, anything you want to add to that?
Nothing other than the Broncos should win, but it's again another game where I just don't, I need to see another year of the of Bo Nix and the Broncos, and I'm excited to see Cam Ward. I mean his first ever start, might not be the
It's going to be brutal.
best number one overall pick, but I thought he was the best quarterback in the draft. I don't know. I'm interested in knowing. I want to know how that game's going to go. So I definitely.
I listen to a lot of Denver radio here, considering I'm in Colorado, and it just I can't. It bothers me every time that they say Sean Payton, got his guy. Like he went, like he fell to him. Bo Nix fell to him in the draft. Like he was a sixth quarterback in the 12th pick. It's just he didn't get his guy. If he wanted him, he would have went up and got him because all the quarterbacks are being taken. He fell in his lap. He's like, I need a quarterback. I just don't believe all the talk that they're saying that Sean Payton wanted this guy so much that he would stay put, let all those quarterbacks get taken before him. He couldn't have been that confident in that. It just drives me crazy out here in Denver.
I'm very sorry you have to deal with that. I don't know. I think I don't know. Maybe they're just excited for the fit. I mean, it seems like it's working. Again, Nick's not exactly doesn't have the arm. He's kind of like a Drew Brees. Again, just doesn't have the arm. So he's going to have to rely on that intermediate passing game, just his accuracy. And so far it seems to be working, and I like to see him take another step. But yeah, I mean, a lot of promise. I mean, they make the playoffs in his rookie year, which was much better than I think any of us were thinking heading into last year. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. What did you just say? I'll rewatch. I'll rewatch after this. All right, coming up to two of the best games in a little bit. We're down to the final four games of the weekend. The best one, which you'll be covering, I won't be covering because of the Big Bopper. We won't mention his name. But anyway, Lions, Packers, going to be a great game. Going to be awesome. I'm not going to watch it because I'm going to be covering the Broncos and Titans ridiculous slaughter fest. But this one's amazing. I'm going with the Lions over the Packers because this was my little bold prediction of the week. So I'm going Lions, like I said before. You want to add on top of that since you're covering this game?
I'm going to go with the Packers. The Packers, to me, if many of you guys probably don't know this, you guys may rip me for it, and it's whatever. I'm usually right anyway. Going to be the Packers. I have them going to the Super Bowl. I think this is their year.
To watch who? Who are they going to watch when they get there?
They're going to be watching the Bills across the sideline from them. Bills, Packers.
Yeah.
But I'm very high on the Packers. They're home. I just don't see them losing this game again. The Lions have they lost both their coordinators. A lot of people believe they're going to take a little bit of a step back, and I agree with that. We'll see how Goff is able to do without Johnson calling the plays, and of course, Campbell's just way too aggressive for my taste. He buys into the analytics way too much, and I think that bites him in the butt in big games, and you saw that a lot
sometimes
over the last few years. So again, another big game.
The aggressiveness.
I do too, but there's a time where you just gotta be realistic with who you have and what the situation is. But yeah, I'm all in on the Packers this week.
You got them winning the division?
Winning the division? Yeah, no, I'm in.
Oh man, you heard it here.
Again, whenever we review all the stuff in January, I'll just be chilling.
Have to rewatch it.
All my picks are right. Oh man, shocker.
We'll go back at the end of the year, rewatch this, and then we'll talk about us talking about the picks, and we'll do that and be like, I can't believe I said that.
That's fair. That's fair.
That'll be hilarious. Packers wild card, Lions win the division. Lions are number 3 on my list. The top 5 teams in the power rankings are way better than everybody else. I'll just run through those real quick before we hop to the Texans Rams. But it's Eagles, Ravens, Lions, Bills, Chiefs in that order. But the Eagles are just a step and a half ahead of the Ravens, and then we got the Lions, Bills, Chiefs. So it's pretty wild. I got the Packers at 12. So yeah, wild card for the Packers in my opinion. So do you have your 5 power rankings there offhand?
Well, I just flipped the Packers with the Lions.
Wait, what?
flip the Packers and have the Packers in the top 5 rather than the Lions. That's pretty much the same, not the
You,
same order, but it's the same
you,
teams.
so you went Eagles, Ravens, Packers, Bills, Chiefs.
No, okay. Well, it's
Oh, okay. I was like,
yeah.
whoa, whoa.
I just have the Packers in there. I mean, as far as the order, no, I don't. I'm not going to
Okay.
provide the
All
order
right.
right now.
All right. Texans, Rams. Let's hear what you got.
I got the Texans heading out to LA and winning again. I'm not too
Wrong.
high on the Rams. Again, there's the Stafford thing, and I'm not necessarily high on the Texans either. Maybe it's just the anti-Stafford bias that I have. I mean, I'm labeled anti-Stafford in my chat sometimes, but yeah, no, I'm just going to go with the Texans. Just got a good feeling about this one. Not really much on the analysis there.
Yep, I'm leaning towards the Rams over the Texans. I like Stafford. Been a great player his whole career, even though on terrible Lions teams, because now they actually have a team. He's probably mad about that. But Lions good. I think they win the division, actually, ahead of the Niners. Texans should win the division for the South, AFC South, considering, the slop of crap we have out there. Apart from the Colts, of course, because Colts are so amazing. Playoffs, sorry, cough, I'm a little sick. But anyway, I'm leaning towards the Rams. CJ Stroud's up and down. I want to see what CJ Stroud really is. Hopefully, we get to see that this year. And I'm just worried about Matthew Stafford's injury, his health. If he's healthy, I say they win. If he's banged up and he can't do it, then the Texans take this. But I'm leaning towards the Rams.
That's fair. I mean, I think it's a flip of the coin. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Texans.
All right. Sunday night football, Ravens, Bills. This is a doozy. This is going to be a playoff matchup at the end of the year, and I know you must be high on the Bills because you got them going to the Super Bowl against the Packers. So you're probably picking the Bills on this one. So DrDelay picks the Bills at home against the Ravens. I'll do the speaking for you, and it's going to be great. It's going to be Lamar Jackson. It's going to be Josh Allen. We love to see this in the postseason. We're going to start off the year watching this. Sunday Night Football. Everybody's watching. It's national. It's great. Bills win a nail biter. They can do this all the time, just not against the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, again, like I said, I'm picking the Bills. It should be a good game, and again, another game that just wouldn't surprise me if it went the other way. We honestly have a lot of slate of games week 1 that really could go either way, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. Now, again, the Ravens are a team that just always performs well in the regular season. They're due for like 12 wins as long as Lamar pretty much stays healthy. But again, I just think this is the year the Bills finally are able to piece it together, and I think they get it done. They're home against the Ravens, so that should help as well. So, yeah, Bill, it's going to be a field goal game in Buffalo, like 27-24 type of vibe there.
Only 27-24. Okay. All right. Going to be a shootout. Going to be great. Going to be awesome. Sunday Night Football. Make sure you set your fantasy football lineups tonight because, fantasy. Love fantasy. Anyways, Vikings Bears. This one's interesting on Monday nights. Everybody will be watching this as well. Bears are home, Soldier Field. This one, you know what? I'll let you start this one.
Well, I am not high on either. For me, I have them going a combined 13-21 on
For
the
both
year.
teams?
For, combined, yes. So 7-10, 6-11. Not very high on either. I understand the Vikings. They've been good, and then they'll lose immediately first round. That's usually what they do. Again, they have the new quarterback McCarthy. I've yet to see him play a snap in the NFL, so pardon me if I have a lot of reservations on the Vikings. And as far as the Bears, just they're a mess. Despite all the talent that they have, I'm actually going to go with the Vikings though in this one. They're the road team. Again, despite all what I just said, they have proven that they have had some regular season success at least. And I think they'll be relying a lot on Aaron Jones to get them out of it. So, yeah, I got the Vikings winning another close one on Monday Night Football over Chicago.
Vikings don't have Addison. He's suspended?
He is still suspended, yeah. So it's really going to be. Well, they did trade for Thielen, old man Thielen. I know that's not really much there, but they did trade for him, so a reunion there.
Yeah, so Vikings Bears. When I did my rankings before the data, I had the Bears down at 29. Not a believer in them. Caleb Williams gets sacked too much, holds onto the ball too long, Shador Sanders style. Hopefully, he can fix that going into year 2. But I got the Vikings ranked 15 on my power rankings. The Bears 16 with the data. Blew my mind. I'm like, this team is not that good. How are they 16? Like I said, there's something that got to be wrong with my algorithm. Got to be wrong with my research. I don't know. There's a few shockers because I got the Raiders 17, the Bears 16. It doesn't make sense to me. I can't understand it. So yeah, it's a nail biter. I'm gonna give the edge to the Bears because they're home. Because that's how close these
That's
teams
fair.
are. I don't have the
Yeah.
Vikings in the playoffs. I don't have the Bears in the playoffs. But man, it's just I don't see how the data shows they're ranked 16 just outside the playoffs.
No, I don't know why you would have that either, but I mean that's just your algorithm.
It's
But yeah,
it's
no, I mean again another coin flip game, so not much here.
all right. So fumbles and crumbles, real quick. We got the last 5 minutes, a little 5 minute countdown. Any players or teams that you think are going to underperform? I know we wrapped up every game in detail, but anything that stands out or players
Just
that
to
you think?
emphasize, yeah. Again, I think that the Bengals is that just watch it. Again, they are favored heavily against the Browns, but the Browns have pretty much they've owned the Bengals in the Joe Burrow era, and the Bengals, of course, continue or have struggled. I mean, will they continue? I don't know, but they have struggled to open the season. So that's a game to watch early Sunday. So yeah, just watch out for Cleveland, Cincinnati could go again. It's a division game as well, so it's not going to come out of nowhere. But yeah, watch for the Bengals to stumble in week 1. But I am picking them to win. But just watch it.
Watch them to stumble. Yep. Packers, like I said, I'm not a believer, even though you got to go to the Super Bowl. The love situation. I don't know who he is yet. If he takes a step up, you could be right. If he just keeps doing what he's doing, they're a wild card team and they lose in the playoffs. Like they'll lose to the Bucks in week 1, the first round of the playoffs. So, but it depends on him. If he grows to the next level, I hope he doesn't, because the Packers have those quarterbacks forever and ever and ever, from Bart Starr to Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and now they're gonna go Jordan Love, and that would just be ridiculous, and it would just drive me mad that they get so lucky with that.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Lynn Dickey, by the way. He just left down a legend there, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I totally I got you. I don't know. I think Love is. I think he's legit, and I think he'll prove it this year.
Sounds good. What are you looking forward to this weekend? What do you want to
I'm
see?
looking forward to football. I've just been ready for it. I mean,
Oh man,
obviously, got some
it's
college.
arrived.
Yes, I'm ready. I mean, I college to me, that's great. I've really fallen in love with the college game the last few years, but NFL that's always been with me since my childhood. My dad, of course, showing me the Steelers and all that, the ups and downs of being a Steelers fan. So, no, I'm just ready for it. I'm ready to see the Steelers walk into MetLife and win week 1. So I'm just ready to go. 1-0.
It's just a shame that the Cowboys and Eagles are starting us off, and it should be a shellacking. You think it's going to be
Yeah,
closer, but yeah.
The NFL hates the fans. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why they do, but one of the reasons is they continuously just put the Cowboys in our face. They're pretty much a shoe-in every single year to start off either Thursday night or Sunday night. So it's a bummer.
Yeah, I want to see the Chiefs and the Chargers. I'm not going to be able to watch that game, so that I'm extremely disappointed about. But they did it wrong with the Cowboys Eagles first game of the season, but they did it right with the the Ravens and Bills on Sunday night. That's what I'm looking for. That's going to be amazing. And hopefully these quarterbacks stay healthy. They've stayed healthy pretty much for a while, but I don't want to jinx them. I don't want to be talking about injuries now. But that game is going to be glorious. Can't wait to watch that one.
No, it's going to be a good one. I hope I'm able to watch it. I should be able to. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
I guess you have to
I
have
want
some sort of a life outside football. What is that
yeah,
nonsense?
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
it's a
so
struggle.
I got to teach in a few minutes. I got to get ready and head to work. So, last thing, any reflections, anything from the week that stands out? That's what we're going to be covering in the future. There's not much to talk about right now because there was no football beforehand, but we will be reflecting on the week and little things going into the weekend. I got nothing to add to that right now. We're just excited for football, nonstop NFL. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing this show Monday, Thursday mornings, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Eastern Time. DrDelay, Rising Rhino. This is what we're doing. I'm a big quote guy. I'm going to try to find some quotes to end the stream. DrDelay doesn't watch movies because he doesn't have a life outside
I watch
football.
movies, but
Liar!
I'm
Favorite
also
movie,
a big
go.
fantasy football guy. I just don't talk about it.
What's
but,
your favorite
despite
movie?
how great I am. Favorite movie? Don't really have one.
Exactly. See, we caught you in the lie.
Don't
Everybody
really have one.
sees it.
I love movies, just I don't watch them.
Don't. So what?
I'm
You
on
just,
here.
you just
I'm
talk
here
about movies.
doing-
You watch?
I'm
Do you watch
doing
football?
play-by-play
Do you
for
not
the
watch
people.
football?
Doing
You don't watch football, then,
play-by-play
do you?
for the people, and that's what I try to do. I try to do that.
Oh man. Oh
Yes.
man. All right. My big thing is stop talking, start doing. Start your day right. Drink a cup of coffee, tea, energy drink, whatever you got to do. We're heading to work. We got to rise and shine. We got to get ready. I got to go teach the kids. I'm going to have them do all the work because I'm not feeling well. So they're going to work harder. I'm going to work smarter and harder.
Nice.
But that's. And we're going to hear DrDelay's favorite quote right now. I don't like movies. Send us off into the end of the stream. Thanks a lot, Rhino Nation. Let's hear it. You close it out. Putting you on the spot. You got something, Delay.
I have nothing, but I will say thank you guys for everyone just tuning in. I'll get a quote next week. How about that? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Making sure again to leave a like. Leave a like, and of course, if you're not subscribed to either of our channels, definitely subscribe to the channel. If you're
sub it up all season long, Monday, Thursday mornings. We'll try not to talk fantasy or movies, but we're gonna have fun. This was a blast. This was just the first episode. We're gonna fix things and get things in the right little happy little home. We spent a lot of time on the schedule, but we'll mix it up as the year goes longer. We'll be talking about other things, and we'll do a quicker recap or maybe adjust because that was. It was just exciting talking about all the games.
Yeah, shoot. I mean, it just flew by. To be honest with you, I'm ready for football, man. I'm sure you are too, and everyone else here.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great. We're gonna have fun. This is a blast, DrDelay. I appreciate you with us. We're gonna tear this up. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just too bad you're not a Colts fan. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
6-time Super Bowl champion Steelers. So
yeah.
I saw 2 of them.
I don't want to hear that all year. I don't want to hear that all year. All right, people, rise and shine. Get ready. Rock and roll. We'll do it again on Monday. So thanks again. We're signing off.